gonna do it rough, okay? What else? I'm doing a total of, I think, about 6 or 7 pieces, 7 if we have time. But I'm gonna open with just a little movement, as much as I can do. This piece, this step is called Buki. So I wanted to share Buki with you all because it's a very old step that I learned from friends when I was younger, and I've been really challenged lately with creating theater in a way that I'm not quite used to, which is more rapid and quick and moving. I also want to thank y'all for coming out here on this cold night. Please give yourselves a round of applause. I'm looking at y'all, y'all won't want to give up and such. I felt like I was gonna be cold in here, so I brought my coat. But yeah, Buki's from my adolescence. It's from days where I started theater at the Possibility Project, creating theater for social change. I learned at a very young age, so it's really informed a lot of my work moving forward. Just that awareness so young around social issues has really framed that work. We're gonna take the first track. We're gonna do Skins, just a little background about Skins. Skins is a piece that I wrote a very long time ago, very early in my transition. For those that don't know, I'm a transgender spoken word artist and musician. Skins is pretty old, probably dates back to 2014. Published it a few years back with Sky Shaker, a member of the House of Asia, amazing producer and DJ. But just to give y'all some background on what is it adjusting my crown, right? This idea was birthed between me and Byrell the Great, actually, for those that don't know. Byrell the Great, he noticed that I kept mentioning it in my pieces, and when we did a recording of Urgency amongst other pieces, he just gave it a title, and that's the title that he gave it. And it stuck with me, and it's never left me. So I hope that we all are able to take something away from that today. So this first piece is Skins. Inked skins are as arms. We sin in dim confines where the traces of your eyelash can be found on my neckline. I'm grim. I'm torn. Grim skins. Your residual smell on the small of my bedside because, well, I lay on the ground for you next to a hot stove, a small wall, and a cold window in the kitchen grind. No lights. All highs. High skins. High skins who never think to take their time in building me up just to get a quick fuck without losing too many quarters, nickels, and dimes. Yeah, quarters. Quarterback skins. Quarterback skins with arms and shoulders much wider than mine. He will lift your legs and kiss your inner thighs. He will melt your losses. He will soothe your cries with every plummeting extension of his manhood, leaving you feeling understood, submissive, illicit, protected, and then suddenly neglected after he's rapidly leaving faster than how quick he came into your life. You keep checking your profiles online, waiting for his message, hoping he at least misses your illustrious massage when he places commas after every lie told foul. Excuses howling in the ears where he once whispered love so loud as he's clowning you near. You allow him to feel so much more comfortable in your bowels, leaving you bleeding. Uncomfortable with his winning smile, yet you still see him again. Welcoming his dick so far into your mouth that it touches your bile. His touch is like dirt that he carved into your skin with style and grace as he displays his distrustful eyes with blues and grays and greens, saying, trust me. Saying, I want to be with you. And oh, how his speech was so serene as he sucked every extension of your attraction with the lips and tongues of his fantasy. Well, baby, my love dances in heat. My love swims in the cold. My love lives in the trees and travels in ways unknown. say I am judged, but here this man has shown me that I might belong in the type of chair that they call a throne. So as I'm sucking on the short shots of his salt water so warm, I adjust my crown. As I'm picking parking lots to savor his large rocks, how wrong am I to perceive the bodily sensations as him longing for me so strong? How foolish of me to think that he's not still fucking his baby mother. I'm torn inside and out with the doubt that he shares a child in an apartment with that woman he loves. How delusional of me to think that he still sleeps on the couch. How delusional and naive of me to continue to see a man who leads me to dark areas of a park to fill my exotic pouch. How foolish am I to be? Why can't I do without his touch, his lips, his pout on the essences of my backside draining me out as he smokes our love so loud? How foul to think that he isn't simply fulfilling a heavy dose of fetishized sexual advances, feeling his tongue as it dances in every crevice of my romances, elongating my spine, standing me tall. Feminizing my figure, allowing my body to fall, allowing my heart to sink with my wishes. Every touch that raises pitches as it is a scent in my kitchen, my hair, my dick, my ass, my cheeks, my spreads, my sheets, my bare skins. Thank you. I tell y'all, normally I don't finish that piece in time, you know, and there's still some words after, so that really came together. Thank you, Maestro. Yes, God. So, you know, Skins, I wrote Skins during a very dark time. I still have a very complicated relationship with Black cis men. And I think Skins really outlines some of that struggle and some of that conflict. And that's just some, right? But I think, you know, the idea around adjusting my crown is really centered in, well, I'm just gonna do it and let y'all take from it what y'all want. Let's do Ditto. So Ditto's a new song, this is very new. I have never performed this before. Me and my man, we've been cooking it up, and we're working it out, so I hope y'all like it. Let's do Ditto. Ditto, 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 ditto. If you wanna move I'm staying night. I'm staying night. Thanks. Ditto. You know, now, ditto is just what came to me when my man played this beat. And I don't know why, and then just like getting into it lyrically and melodically, I was reminded of Ghost. Ghost is one of my favorite movies. Have y'all seen Ghost? Y'all seen Ghost? Love Ghost. Love would be in it, really. That's the only reason why I love it. And you know, I love it. I'm a sucker for a good love story. But Ditto, I think, really helps frame, you know, some of the feelings of dedication and lack of self-esteem where I was very early in my transition. By the way I was being treated, by the way I was being handled by society, by friends, by family, by lovers. Yes, that was a heavy piece, a little, well, actually that was kind of nice. Let's do Bed. Thanks. Bed was written in depression, so I hope y'all enjoy it. My bed is my only lover. She comforts me. She's given me shelter within walls of shelter when those walls started feeling unsafe and closing in. She has single-handedly expanded my definition of a keepsake. She holds me always, always there to catch the water leaking from the floodgates. Those days I absorbed too much. She's been with me through floods and catastrophic earthquakes, rumbling arguments, rocky altercations on phones, avalanches of punches, cold riots gone wrong. She's kept me warm and clothed, kept money in my pocket. Even if I was on my back, she's aided my bleeding toes. Deafened my ears to alarms, phone calls, blinded my eyes and my aura to sunlight because she knows when I need more sleep. And when I wake, she doesn't complain about my breath and tell me to go brush my teeth. She doesn't care if I snore, she doesn't care if I weep, she doesn't care that I hog the covers because she keeps them there for me. She doesn't care if I wear fancy clothes, or have a naked face, have a weave or extensions. She likes my hair better when it's happy to be nappy and not scared to be straight. She sees me in my ugliest. I don't have to wear a bra or push or tuck. I don't have to prove my eyebrows or shave or pluck. She gives me something to look forward to every night, without words, because she never has to tell me that everything will be alright. When I lay down, it just is. Whatever happened earlier, it just was. And she never has to say, girl, you can lean on me. I just lay, we just fit. I lay, she hugs, and let's say I go astray or return with someone, she welcomes them into play, share and embrace our love because my bed is my only lover. And no jealous lover is she. She waits for my return and listens for my keys. She accepts me wholeheartedly. She never quits. I don't have to wait for a message or her to call me back. She's there, she's square, and she keeps me intact. She's legit. And when the outside makes me drip sweat from nervousness, I grip my hand so wet onto her brim and she grounds me awake. I sit up and I think, why in the world would I ever want to get up off of this? I return to my slumber to bums to conjure up a belief or to hope that she's dope. She accepts me when I'm at my lowest of lows, never telling me I can do better, never telling me I should do more. We share tea, we share time, we share food, we share wine. She doesn't complain about the stains or the crumbs because she loves when we dine. And I love when we touch. When I'm centered upon her core, her plush. She's my platform, my lush from which I never want to leave. She's my sanctuary when I'm scared. From nightmares, she'll hush me back to my dreams. She's the only thing that makes me feel so good when I feel so unloved, so insignificant, so unseen. She's my bed, my resolution, my simplicity, my restitution, my safety and my truth, my pollution of mine. I love her. She's my only lover. She's the only lover I'll never have to find. Thank you. Y'all better love up on your bags, yo. Love up on your bags, get good sleep. You know, you got a lot of sickness going on. I'm sick right now, you know. Don't hug me, don't touch me. I love you down. I still want hugs. No, but seriously, I think, you know, I've learned more than anything over this last year how important self-care is. I think we take ourselves for granted. We take our bodies for granted. We take stress for granted. That shit ages us. Ooh. So this piece was really, although it was born out of depression, it really is a ode to self-care. Where are we at with time? Oh, it's almost time. Oh my, I wasted so much time. Let's do another piece. We're gonna do, what did we say is next? I said, Mother. Oh, let's do this piece. This piece is about my mother, who's been really getting on my nerves lately. Let's do it. Let's just do it. I'll explain after. All right, y'all. So, the person who misunderstands me most understands Jesus and the way he died for our sins. And so we drink his blood and we call it communion. Reminded me of the red wine I put down yesterday when I decided instead to pick up the gin. Trigger warning, by the way. I was drunk, hungover, eating the bread as his body, teeth widening to chew. Reminds me of my grin. But he laid across the cross, right? That image I've seen since I was young, disassociated, at a loss for what I was seeing. Blood before the Christ. And those images of that white angel David stepping on the heads of black demons, they wonder why our black children are so enticed to hurt one another, yet so afraid of bleeding. They say that Jesus was ahead of his time, right? I say so was Prince. Hell, so was I. But you know, I needed her. I needed her at a time that I needed shelter. And perusing, my struggle flared, and now my roots are reconnecting. My grandmothers are reflecting in my life and my dreams when I've never even met them. I'm gusting wind on mics, hot air on mics, really. Hot air on mics. Not knowing how to have a healthy relationship with this mother who thinks that she has or owes no one any explanation for the neglect and devastation I was met with in my youth. Mental illness should be proof that my brothers are struggling to survive. Those boys I help raise, they are losing their minds. In and out of a psych ward every month. But oh no, my mother's the state, she pays her tithe. How? She pays her tithe. Those boys that she always left me to care for. Those days that she would always somehow disappear, I took the role of the matron, the mother, the wife. Taking care of home became my life because there were little kids looking up at me, accidentally calling me mom, asking me what there was to eat. And you know, God helped me when I started choosing to wear, you know, the types of things that Prince did, you know, and little did she know, little did you know, Ma, Prince wasn't the fucking inspiration, you were. I saw myself in you appeared in my reflection, but beware. I could write a book about Prince and no one would like it and I would not care. He hasn't done shit for my community. And she wouldn't even know how much my community actually matters to me, but it seems perfectly okay for him to be on the stage talking about the power of his pussy when no one ever makes sure my pussy pops severely. Okay. But I'm 100% sure that that I'm wet. I'm wet. I've been rebuilding my altar, throwing in nets of anger and frustration and rage because her and I may never share the same kind of relationship. Let our boats rock as they miss each other in the midriff. Indifference is the only cause for her shits, while I try not to be eviscerated by the rain, for it keeps me fertile. But mine, it sure as hell ain't purple. Because you would have been out there on 125th Street, outside at that state building on Adam Clayton Powell, in tears at this man's death. You would have been in that crowd of mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers who reject their family, their friends, for how they can't help but express their gender. But everyone would praise Prince and sing Little Red Corvette, as if the only time a feminine image can exist when a masculine body is when that body still fucks the opposite sex. Huh? I think this is the first year where I won't be getting her a Mother's Day gift because I don't think she deserves it. And I don't think she deserves it. And my sister, you know, she's so afraid of having kids, you know? She's so afraid of having kids, and I'm like, Olive, why? And she's like, because I don't want them to turn out worse than we did. Wow. Sis don't want to have kids because she thinks that she'll do a worse job than she did. That's crazy. But you know what? I'm sure my mother is very pleased with the way her daughters have turned out. You know, we've all managed to find success in our own time. And I know she thinks she's funny when she called me Lance, when I hand her a flyer and the name on it read Linda. You misunderstand me, mother, and for that, I continue to raise and water the only thing that matters left, and that's me. That's me. So in that, she's abandoned the 1 out of 6 children, right? So now I smother myself in selfishness and never visit that home where the darkest memories lie, the darkest secrets, the darkest tides and bathwaters, where she sheepishly hides in her ridiculousness, in her regrets, and prays to her Almighty for forgiveness. In that house I managed to keep together, she obsesses over understanding the Bible, the Lord, and what's next in her afterlife. Well, mother, look twice, because you might want to make peace with the ones that you hurt here first. In the decades that you have left, redefine purple in all its majestic heft, with each stitch and each weft. You know, purple used to be one of my favorite colors. I hope she wears it royally on the day that I die. And I hope she celebrates my death. My death, my death, my death. Because unlike her and Prince, I may not make it to see anything close to 57. Thank you. That was rocking. That's an old piece. That piece is so old, and you know, I performed this piece tonight because I really didn't want to perform Urgency. And it's an ode to Prince in its own way. And it's definitely an ode to Aretha. I love my mother, don't get me wrong. Not shitting on mothers out here. Love my mother, she's come a long way. This piece was written in 2016, we're in 2020, and I like to think her vision's better with these things. But this piece is really, it's about mortality. It's about what it means to be trans, to express gender for me. I wrote it with actually Dan Fishback, for those that know him. I was invited to Needing It. It was a small queer performance intensive, and I pushed out this amazing work to this song, and there was like lights and lightning and thunder sounds. It was supposed to end with a gunshot, but they didn't have that sound anyway. But yes, that was Mother Don't You Weep. Let's bring it to the end, almost the end. Katana, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all good? Okay, cute. Got a little blue vibe in here. All right, Katana. How y'all doing? You should be stronger than me. You should be stronger than me. You should be stronger than you should be. You should be stronger than you should be. You should be stronger than me. It's about an X, y'all. It's about an X. You should be stronger than me. Where did you go? When I needed you the most, where did you go? When I needed you the most, where did you go? When I needed you the most, where did you go? When I needed you the most, was it her? When I needed you the most, was it her? When I needed you the most, was it her? When I needed you the most, was it her? When I needed you the most, you should be stronger than me. a supreme connection. He busted bombs on repeat like songs he inspired when he finally left me. And that was unfortunate. History can hurt you when you don't know the whole of it. Gaping O's like your whole mouth just wet you bend and breathe, bitch. Circumvent your time is all spent with the love lost you met. Just like a damn Jew, you should have saved sense. And dollars follow mama like babies bring all the drama. I'm flow too damn proper to ever really get conquered. I eat you rap bitches and send you for manana. Cuisine, chicken masala, you foreign to me. You not speaking English, papa, I speak currency. In the Bahamas, I be like El Boogie on some marijuana. They call me El Doogie, but I'm Linda Lala. And I spit that kickback like Mortal Kombat. Boots, oops. Call me Katana, I win, you lose. Mother so hard, some chance, some choose. Some call it karma, but what I knew is you was always stronger. You was always stronger, but you treated me like mother. So you can make me big or you can make me small, but the point of the matter is that I'm mother. Overall, you acting like a kid, then you gonna have to crawl and respect your fucking elders. I'm mother overall, I probably move you in and give you money to ball. I'ma take good care of you. I'm mother overall, whether in the spring, summer, winter, or fall, yo, I don't mean shit for you. I'm mother overall, hey, tell them, I'm mother overall, hey, yeah, I'm mother overall, hey, yeah, I'm mother overall, yeah.
You want it this way, that way, can't
Could be,
tell me,
should be,
this way, that way, can't
could be,
tell me,
could be,
this way, that way, can't run it back,
could be,
yo, can't run it back,
could be,
can't run it back, can't run it back, can't run it back, can't run it back.
where did you go when I needed you the most? Where did you go when I needed you the most? Where did you go? Hey. When I needed you the most, where did you go? When I needed you the most, you went to her. When I needed you the most, you went to her. When I needed you the most, you went to her. When I needed you the most, you went to her. When I need you the most. So just to wrap it all up, I'm gonna just do this one last piece, and it is called My Altar Has Rebuilt Itself. I've been rebuilding my altar, marking the areas with chalk given to me by my friend Nia, reminding me that my purpose is to write, that I am a writer. With a powder from Nigeria, I cover the corners and exteriors, the extremities with an African print cloth from my oldest friend, Nefertiti. To me, she is still that black love queen, that first spirit love I ever loved. Those oranges and blues remind me of the hues her and I laid into the prayers to stay bright and stay true, to shine like the sun, or glow like the sunset. She rekindled my relationship with the stage after a long and gruesome transition of gender. Confusion runs clear as I burn bundles of stage. From an African shop in Harlem, rinsing these well-worn hands with black soap, smoke sifting through the hallway of Three Kings incense I bought from the Nicholas shop in Brooklyn. On Fulton near Nevins, I'm pulling up threads and their colors are green and sand, a head wrap my elder sister gave me, Iolette, when I was 16. I'm rebuilding my altar, I'm rebuilding my dreams. I'm making dream catchers, clenching that stone of sardonyx. It gleams a smoky gray and some lavender in between. A deep purple made of red hearts and blue ventricles from ex-lovers, lit candles in dark, wet, smothering places. I'm tasting my own spirits from clear glass vases. A gold chalice alone in the queen palace of Sarabi. I'm reciting quiet prayers ever so loudly to my ancestors, layers and pictures. My neighbors are mad at the djembe drum I play, cutting through the Harlem air. My grandmothers grace my fingers. For my ancestors are welcome spiritual invaders in my mind. They co-sign to be gods to my prayers. My altar has rebuilt itself. through naysayers and raiders, the complexities of being once a queer teenager from foster care systems to guns in my face as now a transgender woman in exchange for sexual favors, my altar has rebuilt itself. Through the cuts, the blood, the razors, the lasers on my jaw, on my chest, between my breasts, my motivators are the women I've met, through elders I know. Through art, I've reconnected with my spiritual soul, and that spiritual self serves as an enabler to my goals. I'm rebuilding my altar, past my memories of botanicas in the Bronx, past my mother's steel jar spells and my father's socks, domestic violence shelters beyond family, mental illness, I place fruit to detox. The intoxication of her burning black sage in my eyes and blazing my sheets so filled with salt, that cigar she puffed in every corner of the house, that house that grew into broken doors, mirrors and clocks, eerie empty rooms. I was trapped in that 3-story box. Call me the daughter of a bruja, call me a sucia, why not? I've been rebuilding my altar and I never will stop. I've been rebuilding my altar, listening to my ancestors' clues of when to wait and when to go. I save my energy with the moon so I too can glow with the sun. And I know my dreams are coming in soon because my joy is coming now. Love is finding me, pride reigniting me. Spirits are decisively spreading me around like water, like an ocean, like sands, like rocks, like minerals. As profound as seashells, I stop to hear the whisper of my people, so loud it pops in my ears, unbound my fears, I drown my locks so ebony. I lift my hands up and I adjust my crown. Thank you. I've carried 15 minutes over time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. I didn't expect this piece to hit me the way it just did. My mother recently lost the house. And I think, I know there's a lot I need to write about. There's political stuff I need to write about. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the world, and I think this is the first time that I'm really experiencing that kind of displacement firsthand. Same kind of displacement that's going on in the Bay, same kind of displacement that's going on here. It's for us to be aware of our privilege and be aware of our choices and be aware of the choices that others don't have. And I've done a lot of traveling recently from London to Puerto Rico, and I'm reminded to be grateful for what I'm able to stand here and do. So thank you Gibney, thank you Eva, for allowing me the space to be here and to do a little grieving, clearly. Y'all have a good night, please get home safely. Also, if you want to follow me, Linda LaBeija, that's LindaLabeija, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. My website is up now, lindala.world. This music that you heard today will be out soon. I'm still working on it. As you can hear, it's almost done. It's getting there. But thank you. Thank you so much for this again. Thank you, Anthony.